So, let's go into the game. Game number 2 on match point. Alright. So, by the way, if you're wondering about the maps, let me actually go and find the entire map pool for this week. Oh, let me do the positions first, though. In the bottom left as spamming. In the bottom left as the brown Terran, we do have NB's TerrOr. And in the top right as the yellow Protoss, we have IWL Executor. So another PBT. Guys, this means in 2 whole games, we've not had a single Zerg. Can you believe that? Is this actually a foreigner event? I can't believe it, and my overlay seems to be weird. It looks like there's no background. Am I just like crazy? I don't know. I'll restart in a second, but anyway. Alright, so TerrOr is T7, P1. Alright, is that better? Okay, there we go. I was wondering, I was like, where'd the little background thing go? Okay. So, PPT on match point. Pretty sweet. What was I going to say? Oh yes, I was going to read off the map list for the series. So, of course, we had Game 1 on La Mancha. Game 2, as you can see, is on match point. Game 3 will be Neo Aztec, then Neo Medusa, New Heartbreak Ridge, Icarus, and the Ace match, Game 7, if there is one, will be on La Mancha once again. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Kind of a mix of older and newer maps. Which is fine. I think what was it? Neo Medusa especially is gonna be quite funny. That map I think always makes me giggle. Anyways, looks pretty standard so far from both players. Ooh, look at this TerrOr being very careful, scouting the inside of his base. Of course, you can sneak a probe in early and build proxy gates inside your opponent's base, since there's this like gray area on the side. I think this is a Zealot type wall. I'm pretty sure that is. I don't know. Terrans don't often let wall these days, but well, we'll see. Now, interestingly, TerrOr recently qualified for the group stages of the Gosu Cup. And in the interview for the qualification tournament that he won, he said that he was actually mostly just afraid of his Protoss opponents. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was something like, he was not as confident in his TVP as his other matchups. And he was actually, I think he was scared of Jumper. I see you in the chat, Jumper. So yeah, TerrOr said he was scared of you. So, I'm not sure how he's feeling for this match. I guess we'll see what he does. Executor, interestingly, making a Zealot first. That's not really standard. Actually, now that I think about it, Executor hasn't sent out a probe scout. He just hasn't scouted at all yet, and just immediately sent out a Zealot, which is going to be quite nice actually, because TerrOr's gone for a 1-Rax expand, so that Zealot's going to do some nice harassment here. Looks like TerrOr's going to continue producing Marines. Meanwhile, SCB scouting out what's going on. First Dragoon in production, range is in production as well. By the way, I'm not saying like First Zealot is bad or anything. Pro players make Zealot oftentimes, but I just feel like if the Terran walls and like does a siege expand or something like that, the Zealot's kind of useless unless you follow up with a Reavers or something. But anyway, looks like Zealot's coming in here, and this is actually gonna be quite tricky. You can't really, well, you can micro 2 Marines against Zealot, but it's just like hard. It's actually just hard. And looks like the Marines are going to get into the bunker here. The Zealot's going to try and run by it. Can it actually run in here? Oh, looks like it can. It's because he switched the barracks positioning. I think if the barracks was on the bottom, he couldn't do that. But since it did actually lift and change positions, the Zealot will get in. But it's not going to see anything interesting. I mean, he saw it's a 1-Rax FE anyway. So the Zealot didn't actually do anything. Anyway, looks like range is almost finished, and we do have a Robo follow-up, so it's almost certainly going to be Reavers. If he just goes for Observers, that would just be silly. He would just be in a huge disadvantage, having such a later expansion than the Terran. Excuse me. First factory is in production, and Goon range is about to pop. So, ooh, interesting. Look at this. Terra actually sending out a Marine to go scout, I believe. Oh, it looks like an SCV going around the top side. So he's actually probably going to get into Executor's base and see the Robo. But, yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's good for him. That's quite a smart move. He has to repair this bunker, though. There we go. Not going to lose, like, like the Terran last game. And look at this, look at this. He initially sent 4 SCVs, and then he realized with only 2 Dragoons there, that was a bit of an overreaction. He set the other 2 back, and then put like the 3rd one back again. And yes, indeed, there's a support bay. That's a little bit early. See how that's almost finished, and the shuttle is like halfway done. You're supposed to build a support bay when the shuttle is halfway finished, and then they'll finish at the same time. And you can build a Reaver. It's not a huge deal, but you know, it's just a little bit more efficient. And TerrOr's got to be a little bit careful. Okay, you need at least 1 SCV per Dragoon, as I always say, and it looks like he's barely having this. He's kind of living on the edge right here. Okay, no, he's going to send a 4th SCV. But yeah, this is a nice little bit of Dragoon pressure before the Reaver gets out. And oh, look at this. TerrOr actually sent the SCV all the way to the 6 o'clock. I'm sorry I was paying too much attention to the front. But TerrOr actually scouted the 6 o'clock. He was, whoa, sorry, what was that? He was checking for any kind of proxy over here by his main base, because that is quite a common proxy location on this map. And meanwhile, he's actually sent the SCV on a huge tour of the map, which I think is actually a bit of a mistake, because he's going to get in the main base really, really late. He's actually not even going for the main base. He was actually only scared of proxies. So now that he knows he's not being proxied, that you know, Executor isn't taking a crazy fast third at the bottom right, he's actually just I don't even know where the SCV is going. I'm kind of looking at it on the minimap, just waiting for it to do something useful. And it looks like the first Seashang is out, so Executor is going to back up. And Mazor has actually just made a very good point, which is that since Executor is going for shuttle speed, getting the support bay immediately was actually the correct decision. And looks like the scouting SCV does get sniped right here, so it's not going to see the Reaver, so that's very nice. But yes, okay. I actually didn't know that. Thank you, Mazor, for letting me know. So guys, standard timing is halfway shuttle to get the support bay, unless you get shuttle speed. Haha! That's actually really. I did not know that. Unfortunately for Executor, TerrOr's actually gone for fast drops here. So what's going to happen is after this dropship, as soon as TerrOr sees the shuttle, he's going to be able to make a Wraith and just completely shut down that Reaver harass. So yeah, I don't really like Executor's chances right now. I mean, it looks like TerrOr was just going for a Vulture drop here. And meanwhile, Executor is going to do a double expansion, take his natural and the mineral only at the same time. It's kind of expected, pretty standard follow-up. Meanwhile, another SCV is moving out, and here we go. Here's the dropship. I think the SCV probably should is kind of leading the way for the dropship, just to make sure there's no random Dragoons that would scout it. So it looks like a siege tank and 2 Vultures. I'm a little bit surprised that was not 4 Vultures. But anyway, here comes the Reaver into the main base. Now there is a turret there by the main. TerrOr should actually not transfer it to the natural. I think he should have just stayed a little bit. Oh no, maybe that was a good choice. I don't know. That was really dangerous. He transferred like right next to the Reaver, and oh, I think the Reaver took a shot there. Meanwhile, the shuttle is in the red health, but we do have the counter drop in the main base of Executor, and looks like TerrOr was doing some fancy boxer micro here with the siege tank and dropship. The shuttle, meanwhile, is completely AFK in the main base. Executor completely focused on defending his own main, and there's a lot of spider mines. He's got to be so careful. The observer does get out, and it looks like TerrOr is going to have to retreat with his drop. Meanwhile, the shuttle speed has finished for Executor. He's going to take out one, probably both of these siege tanks. He's going to get 2 siege tanks. That siege tank is not going to unsiege in time, and there it goes. And the SCVs, I don't know how that didn't blow anything up. Meanwhile, TerrOr is actually pulling back his dropship. Is he making a Wraith? He is, in fact, making a Wraith. He's running the SCVs away from the Reaver. Ah, Reba! He's got to be careful not to move that into range of the... Look at them just running away. They're just hiding in the corner. Like, go away. Ah, go away, Reba. Ah, but the Reaver's going to go down. Where's the shuttle? Where's the shuttle? Oh, my God. The Reaver gets killed by SCVs and Marines. That is not the way that Reavers are supposed to go. Meanwhile, the dropship is completely AFK, but Executor is getting his third base mining. He's got his forge up. He can start just cannon his mineral lines just to defend against any more Vulture drops. And I think the shuttle just got taken out right there. 1 Dragoon remains in the main base. So I actually thought that would go a lot better for TerrOr. And, you know, having said that, it did actually go quite well for TerrOr. He actually just killed a Reaver with SCVs and Marines. But let's take a look at the supply count. 79 for Executor, 75 actually against 57, so it's actually quite nice. And he's got a decent number of probes. That drop from TerrOr actually did almost nothing. He damaged a few Dragoons, and that was about it. Look at that probe saturation on 3 bases, very, very nice. You know what, TerrOr's got a nicely saturated natural. The main is kind of okay. But now he's got no way to like do a big push or anything. He's got like no units. Looks like he's gonna load up a 2 siege tank drop. I'm not really sure what that's gonna accomplish. I would have thought a 4 Vulture drop would be much more effective, and it looks like... Ooh, was that Observer in range of the dropship? I don't think it was, actually. So perhaps this will go in unnoticed. He might just go for a drop on the back of the third or something. I'm not 100% sure what he's going for right now. Looks like he doesn't even have Vulture speed. He's actually just going to fly right into Dragoons, almost. No, he's going to change direction. Very nice reaction from both players. TerrOr just changing direction immediately, and Executor going for the chase. And it looks like, look at this, TerrOr just trying to be fancy. But there's too many Dragoons here. But that would have been really cool to see a little bit of Boxer micro. Anyway. 5 gateways. This is very interesting, by the way. He's only got 1 cannon at the third. He's not cannoning, and he's using Dragoons rather than cannons to defend his main and natural. Obviously, that's a little bit more efficient than you know, making a cannon in all your mineral lines. But it's a little bit risky. And oh, he's not paying attention. Oh god. Oh no, looks like he's only gonna get 2 kills and run away. That's fine. That's cool. But oh man, if he gets intercepted. Dropship! No, the 2 tanks do get out. And tanks are still pretty good against Dragoons. But it looks like TerrOr is going to run them away. Meanwhile, what do we have in Mr. TerrOr's base? It looks like 5 factories, 6 factories. So TerrOr going for a 6 factory push here. And this Wraith, by the way, is actually going to be quite useful later on as well. Just in case Executor makes another shuttle just to go for Zealot drops and such, that Wraith will actually be able to help him out. And it looks like Executor intercepted those 2 siege tanks. TerrOr did try to save them with some vultures, but he's kind of, well, I mean, he kind of caused 2 Dragoons to get stranded. It's not the end of the world. Meanwhile, the vulture is taking some more damage, so I think TerrOr, he's gonna go for the huge 6-gate timing here, but I don't think it really works because, I mean, he was kind of. It's been delayed by so much due to all like the drop shenanigans that I'm not actually sure if the timing is right anymore. Like Executor, he's gonna have his leg speed. He's gonna have a lot of gateways up. He's got 8 gateways, it looks like. But TerrOr, is he moving out properly? No, it looks like okay. It looks like TerrOr is gonna push now, bringing a couple SCVs. Executor is following the push with his observer, and it looks like TerrOr is actually gonna take the only while pushing, so it's not any kind of all-in or something like that. But he is actually going to just walk all the way across the map and get a very nice position here under the Protoss Natural. As you can see, you can siege the Natural from the low ground. It looks like he's going to scan and try and get some kills. The probes are on the gas, so it's going to be but then the siege tanks aren't going to be able to hit them. And oh no, it looks like Executor going to take some mine hits. Oh god, oh no, the mine hits. Taking so many mine hits, I don't actually know where he's going. I think he's going to try and hit it from the other side. There's a wider ramp. It's going to be it'll be almost impossible to attack it from the top here. Across the narrow ramp, trying to get a better position, but nice number of spider mines. Is there another shuttle? I think Executor really needs a shuttle about now. I mean, he got shuttle speed, he might as well. He's just mass pumping Zealots, and it looks like the Vultures have actually just run into the Natural right now. I think that might be a bit of a mistake. I think TerrOr probably should have kept them with the tanks, but well, I guess we'll see. Looks like nice spider mines on those Zealots, and looks like Executor going in from the other side. He's moving in. Most of the Vultures are gone. There's only siege tanks left. Most of the mines are gone, and I think Executor is going to be able to clean up this push. The Wraith and the Vulture taking on a Dragoon there. Is the Nexus even going to go down? No, the Nexus will be saved. So very nice break by Executor right there. And TerrOr, I think, is in a lot of trouble right now. I don't know how he's going to defend this mineral only, because he's got like 2 siege tanks to his name, and that's it. Oh man, but Executor keeps running into mines! Executor, man, you have observers. Don't run into mines. Please do not run into spider mines. That is just like would be a silly way to lose the game. You suicide. It's like you crush the Terran's army and you suicide everything into mines, which does happen, man. It happens. Terran's a pretty good race. Now, interestingly, oh no, never mind. I thought the supplies were closer, but in fact, Executor has a nice lead. He also has a